I sent a man to find her. The only man that she would have entrusted with her half of the key.
Who the hell is this guy?
That's classified.
The IMF operates outside the community.
No unintended consequences.
You wanted me to listen? This is me listening.
The story kicks off underwater, way out in the deep blue, where a Russian sub named Sevastopol is cruising around. But this isn't some ordinary military patrol. They're carrying a secret, super powerful computer system locked down tighter than a bank vault. The crazy part? The thing can only be accessed using a unique key that looks like a cross. And it's split into two pieces, so nobody can use it unless they got both halves. Things get weird fast. The crew spots what they think is another submarine stalking them.
Captain.
Chief of the watch, man battle station silently. Rig for auto.
Firing solution is tracking at a distance of 15,000 meters.
Sir, that doesn't make sense. Tonos this loud and clear?
Firing solution just to the step change to 10,000 meters.
Impossible.
Enemy torpedo in the water bearing 200.
Either room con. Load all torpedo tubes.
I send.
Weapons, flat tubes 1 through 4 and open outer doors.
Launch countermeasures! Launching countermeasures! Our own torpedo's not responding! It's coming right at us!
Cut to Ethan Hunt, who's living a low-key life until he's approached by a new recruit from the IMF, pretending to be a food delivery guy. But there's no pizza in that box. It's his latest mission, straight from the top. Eugene Kittredge, the IMF boss, has got a big problem and needs Ethan's help. The mysterious two-part key from the sub-incident is at the center of something potentially world-ending. Kittredge says the tech it's tied to is dangerous beyond anything they've ever seen. Oh, and here's the kicker. Ilsa Faust, Ethan's old flame and fellow agent, apparently went rogue and has one half of that key. There's a massive bounty on her head, $50 million. On top of that, Kittredge mentions something personal.
You will never forget the death that brought you to us all those years ago. This is to remind you of your oath and allegiance to us. We believe they're headed for the Arabian Desert's empty quarter in search of your friend. And these bounty hunters, they never bring a fugitive back alive. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Ethan heads out to the desert in Namibia, where Ilsa is hiding. He lets her know he's coming, but before they can talk much, a group of mercenaries comes charging in on horseback. A sandstorm kicks up, making a real mess. Back in the world of spies and suits, Kittredge is in a meeting with the heads of different intelligence agencies, a group that calls themselves the Community. Leading the discussion is a man named Denlinger. They talk about the computer system, now referred to as the Entity. It's no longer just software. It's become something else.
The last 3 weeks alone, it has accessed our satellite telecommunications, the Federal Reserve, the stock market, and the national power grid.
Telling me this thing has a mind of its own?
The Entity's already hacked into networks and systems all over the globe, including the doomed Russian sub. Everyone agrees. They can't kill it, so their only hope is to take control of it. Just as Kittredge brings up Ethan and the IMF, something unexpected happens.
I sent a man to find her. The only man that she would have entrusted with her half of the key.
Who the hell is this guy?
That's classified.
The IMF operates outside the community.
No unintended consequences.
You wanted me to listen? This is me listening.
Did you accomplish your mission or not?
But in a quick flashback, we see she's actually alive, gave Ethan her half of the key before disappearing again. Kittredge warns Ethan that things are about to get way more dangerous than anything he's seen before.
Whatever the completed key unlocks, I will find it.
Whoever controls the entity controls the truth.
No one should be trusted with control of the entity.
We're gonna be coming after you. The world's gonna be coming after you.
So just how do you plan on getting out of here?
Using a mask of Kittredge himself, Ethan escapes the building, and from there, Ethan reconnects with his old team, Benji Dunn and Luther Stickle. They meet up and start trying to figure out how to catch whoever's behind all this. Their search leads them to a clue. Someone is supposed to buy the second half of the key at an airport in Abu Dhabi. Meanwhile, a government agent named Jasper Briggs and his partner to gas are on Ethan's trail.
No, not personally.
Overwatch, snapshot.
Ethan and his crew arrive at the airport, and with some help from Benji and Luther on comms, they trick Jasper into chasing the wrong guys.
Overwatch, I have him. Terminal B, gate 15.
We got him. Where is he? Terminal E, gate 5.
How did you do that? No one is safe from Phineas Free.
During the chaos, Ethan spots a woman named Grace who manages to swipe the other half of the key. He chases her through the airport and finally corners her, making her stick with him.
I'll scream.
Please do.
Who are you?
You working with someone? I need the man you stole this from to complete a transaction and leave this airport with both of these.
Expect me to put it back.
Oh, I know you will.
But things take a dark turn when they find the buyer already dead, murdered by a mysterious assassin named Paris. While all this is happening, Benji discovers something suspicious in the luggage area. It's a bomb, and not just any bomb, it's wired to a psychological trap. It asks riddles and personal questions, and it knows when Benji's lying. It even mocks him, flashing messages like, "You are done."
You are done.
No way.
It knows who I am.
Are you afraid of death? No, I lied. It knows.
He's sweating bullets as time runs out. But at the last second, he notices something. The solution is hidden in plain sight. The answer to the last question spells out, "Good luck," and when he opens the device, it's empty. It was just a test, or maybe a warning. Meanwhile, Ethan loses track of Grace after spotting a shadowy man named Gabriel, who appears and disappears like a ghost. Jasper and DeGas close in on Ethan again. Later, he tracks Grace to Rome, where she gets picked up by local authorities for using a pile of fake passports and IDs. Turns out, she's got a global rap sheet full of high-end thefts. Ethan pretends to be her lawyer and finds out she was hired by some anonymous client to steal the key half. Just as they're about to leave, Grace pulls another fast one and escapes. Before long, Paris shows up again.
Let the girl go. Put the bracelets on.
Who is that person?
I have no idea.
After some wild driving, Grace bolts again, not trusting Ethan fully. Ethan eventually reunites with Benji, Luther, and, surprise, Ilsa. They regroup and plan their next move, realizing Gabriel is a major piece of the puzzle. They figure out he's going to be at a secret party in Venice, and that's where they decide to head next. At the fancy Venetian gathering, Gabriel finds Grace and brings her to a powerful arms broker named Alana, also known as the White Widow. Turns out, she's the one who originally hired Grace to track down the other half of the key. Gabriel, with his cryptic ways, starts talking about the entity like it's a god. He hints that Alana knows exactly why the key must be brought to it. According to him, the entity already knows all possible futures. It calculates outcomes, sees the ripple effects, and is always a few steps ahead. He warns that before the key reaches its destination, either Grace or Ilsa will die.
This party was arranged by that interested party. Is this
The entity.
I, however, have been promised the completed key. Will lay itself at my feet, provided someone dies.
who?
Her or her. And you will bear witness, Ethan.
Even though Ethan tries to talk her out of it, Alana's mind is made up. She's sticking with the bad guys. No matter what he says, she refuses to back down.
Help him and you'll die too. His fate is written. Shall we write yours too?
I'm sorry.
There's no place that I won't go to kill you. That is written.
The group ends up splitting up, and Grace bolts through the crowded streets trying to get away. She doesn't get far before Gabriel catches up with her near the canal. Ethan sees what's happening and takes off running, but something strange happens. The entity, now fully aware and sneaky, mimics Benji's voice over comms and misleads Ethan.
I've lost picture. I need another satellite.
He's knocking off satellites faster than I can hack into them.
Down the narrow alley and turn left. Okay, copy that. The bridge to your left. Ethan, that is not me. Do you copy? Not that way, not that way. Wait. Which way? Which way?
Moments later, Ilsa appears and goes head-to-head with Gabriel. Back at base, Grace is crushed with guilt over what happened to Ilsa. She joins up with Ethan, Benji, and Luther, struggling with the loss. But Luther reassures her this wasn't her fault. She didn't cause it. Ethan, feeling responsible and protective, promises to keep her safe no matter what. Meanwhile, Luther decides to go off the grid for a while. He's got a hard drive full of data that might help uncover more about the entity, but he needs to disappear to crack it. Before he leaves, he tells Ethan not to kill Gabriel. He's the only one who knows what the entity is really after and what the key unlocks. Their new plan? Follow Alana to her next meeting. She's supposed to link up with a buyer for the key on the famous Orient Express train.
What is that?
Your chance to be someone else.
Ethan! Ethan! It's dead.
What do you mean it's dead?
I mean, it's fried.
We have to go without.
That's not an option. They're going to be looking for Ethan and Grace at the station. That mask was his ticket onto the train.
So Ethan needs a new way to get on board the moving train. Meanwhile, on the train, Gabriel and Paris sneak in and kill the conductor, setting the train to full throttle. It's speeding down the tracks, totally out of control. Ethan, ever the daredevil, takes a motorcycle and zooms across the terrain, trying to find the perfect spot to jump onto the train. While that's going on, Grace takes Alana out and takes her place in the meeting. Gabriel and Paris come face to face with Denlinger, who's been trying to team up with the entity for power. He starts talking about the Russian sub, the one that blew itself up. Denlinger spills the truth. The sub was part of a stealth test, but the entity hijacked the system and tricked the sub into destroying itself. Once Denlinger says he knows where the sub wreck is, Gabriel decides he's outlived his usefulness and slashes his throat.
You will betray us because he spared your life.
Back outside, Ethan misses the perfect jump spot with his motorcycle. Too risky. So instead, he pulls the craziest move yet.
I see the train!
Grace meets with the buyer, who turns out to be none other than Kittredge himself. He offers her money in exchange for the key. She pauses. It's a tempting offer, but it feels wrong, like she'd be selling her soul. So she ditches the deal, secretly swipes the key, and walks away. But things get messy fast. Alana wakes up, blowing Grace's cover. Gabriel's goons close in, ready to grab Grace. But just in time, Ethan crashes through a window and joins the fight. While Jasper and DeGasse, two government agents, are also on board trying to capture Ethan. Grace rushes to the front of the train, doing her best to figure out how to slow it down. The train becomes a battleground. But before Ethan can finish him off, Jasper and DeGasse show up and interfere. Gabriel escapes by jumping off the train. But he's not done. He sets a bomb with a timer to blow up the bridge up ahead. Ethan and Grace manage to disconnect the front car just in time, while Jasper and the others try to move passengers to safety. The bridge explodes, and the train cars begin to fall one by one. With time running out and the agents closing in, Ethan makes a quick getaway, using his parachute. Jasper and DeGasse don't get the chance to stop him. Grace, having gone through hell, decides to fully commit. She finds Kittredge and tells him she wants to officially join the IMF. Elsewhere, Gabriel thinks he's won. He believes he has the key, but when he checks it, he realizes he's been played. The final scene has Ethan back with Benji, finally in possession of the real key. Then Kittredge's voice comes through, giving Ethan his next mission: find a wreck of the Sevastopol and stop whatever threat is coming next. The world, once again, depends on him.